Welcome back to Review Crew. I'm Laura.
And I'm Ethan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the new trailer for the movie Annette. Here's the trailer.
First time I fell in love. Woke up next to the girl and escaped fast and far. But Anne has changed me. What I see in her is obvious. What she sees in me, it's a little more puzzling.
1, 2, 3, 4. So may we start.
There she is.
Annette.
This is my baby.
Excuse me a minute.
Is nothing sacred to you?
Everything will be all right. I promise.
So, that was the trailer. Laura, how aware were you of this movie prior to the trailer being released?
Actually, that was my first time hearing about the movie when I started watching the trailer. I think I just haven't been on the lookout for as many movies this year, especially with theaters being closed. But I was really excited to watch the trailer. I love Adam Driver. I love a lot of his work. And so I couldn't believe I hadn't heard of this project. But it's definitely a very interesting clip, what we've seen so far. So how aware were you, and what are your first thoughts on that trailer?
Well, I am an Adam Driver fan as well. So I've done, a little bit of keeping tabs on him when it comes to his upcoming roles. So a couple years ago, or probably closer to a year ago, I'd seen that he was slated to star in a musical titled Annette alongside Marion Cotillard, which was very exciting for me because I had never seen Adam Driver in any musical role like that. So I'd had my finger on this for a little bit, but I kind of forgotten about it by the time the trailer came out. And I think you would agree it was a very striking, very effective trailer.
Definitely. I knew nothing about it going in, so it was really interesting to kind of come at it with a fresh perspective. And I think one thing I noticed is it definitely doesn't have that look I think we typically expect of musicals. It was clearly a darker piece and a little bit mysterious. They definitely played a lot with the colors and a lot of the music in that trailer. So how did watching it make you feel?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that assessment of that darkness. I was expecting something a little more along the lines of, I don't know, a musical like Annie or something, just by the logline of the film that I had seen, which is a stand-up comedian and an actress find out that their 2-year-old daughter has a surprising gift. So, maybe like Matilda or something like that, something a little on the lighter side. But no, the trailer was very dark. Adam Driver looked very angry at times. And I believe it really sets the stage for something tonally that I was not expecting.
Definitely. And I believe you mentioned the music. I think it was created by a band, Sparks. So they're kind of rock, pop. So I'm very interested to see how the music is going to sound, because in the trailer we didn't see either of the leads singing. And I know the only time Adam Driver has really sung before was in Marriage Story, the scene where he sings Being Alive, which is a Sondheim song. And he's not an artist typically known for his musical ability, so I'm very curious if they're going to take a La La Land approach where they allow the actors to sing, but it's not perfect, or if they're going to completely dub that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question of what route they're going to take. As much as I love Adam Driver, I'd say that Marriage Story is the lone blind spot when it comes to him and his filmography. So I've never seen him really sing like that in a movie. I have no idea what his singing even sounds like. Probably pretty neat. But you mentioned kind of like the rough feel of the singing in La La Land, which juxtaposes really interestingly and compellingly with how good that movie looks and how refined and precise all of the visual aspects of that movie are. And I feel like this movie, at least from the trailer, visually it looks, I don't want to compare it to La La Land too much because, La La Land's like another example of just a prominent modern day musical. But it's certainly not a film that looks like it's placing its stock entirely in its music, and I find that to be very interesting.
Right, I agree. I feel like the music is going to enhance the story, but it wouldn't necessarily be the main spot. And I think the trailer shows that they're not focusing necessarily on the music. And one thing I noticed in the trailer is you never really get to see the daughter up close. And I'm very curious as to if that's going to continue throughout the movie or if that is going to be just kind of a teaser for the trailer, especially that scene where I believe he is swinging her around and she just looks almost like a rag doll. It was a little scary to watch. Do you have any thoughts on where you think they're going to go with his relationship with his daughter?
It's funny you should mention that because that scene and that shot in the trailer is one that stuck out very much to me. I thought the exact same thing, that it does look almost like a doll that he's holding. I don't know if the daughter's going to appear like a doll the entire film, but it certainly appears like they're going to play with the audience and their perception of the daughter and how much or how well they're able to see her. I couldn't really tell you where that's going to go, but that's definitely something that stuck out to me from the trailer, and I'm excited to see how Leos Carax does it.
Definitely. So obviously, along with Adam Driver, we have Marion Cotillard. I don't know if you've seen any of her work or if you have any thoughts on her performances.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've only seen Marion Cotillard's English language work, most notably her work with Christopher Nolan. I don't think that Christopher Nolan writes the best female characters, and I think unfortunately Cotillard and her performances have suffered because of that in those movies. I don't think the writing was doing her any favors. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her perform in in French, and or not necessarily in French. The movie does appear to be largely in English, but I am excited to see her being directed by a French director. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing her performance.
Definitely. Do you think you'll be seeing that in a theater if theaters are open?
Oh, I will do my utmost to see this movie in a theater. I'm really excited for it, and if I can, I'll watch it wherever I can.
Definitely something I want to see on the big screen.
Yes.
That's all for this week. If you want to follow more Review Crew content, go to the Review Crew Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as Orange TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube.
Find the Review Q's podcast on Spotify or on our website at orangetvnetwork.syr.edu, where you can also find our blog and more OTN information.
See you next week.